Sometimes you'll be looking at a triangle and you're told to solve for some angles, and it seems like you don't have enough information. So let's go through an example of that here. You'll see I've put two pieces of information up here that are useful. The sum of the interior angles is 180, and the other one, the sum of any supplementary angles is also 180. So I'm going to start off with that second one, the sum of supplementary angles, because I see something right here that I can use. See how I'm highlighting the angle and the one next to it? Those things have to add up to 180, which means this little guy right here is going to be 180 minus 105. Okay, that trick works every time. So 180 minus 105 is going to be 75 degrees. So there, we know that one. And you might think, okay, well, that's great. And now I'm stuck because I only have one angle in each triangle, so I can't add them up to 180 degrees. And I don't have any other supplementary angles. But there's one more piece of information we have not used yet in here. I'm going to highlight that in blue. See these little marks right here? Those little marks contain information in them. They mean that the sides are equal. And a property of isosceles triangles, when two sides are equal like this, is it means the angles that are opposite them are also equal. So that's the angle right in the right corner right there. That's 59 degrees over there. So I'm going to put that 59 right here. That's 59 degrees. And there's two more marks. I'll put those in the lighter blue. This is a double slash mark, and that means these two angles right here are also equal, which means this one is likewise 75 degrees, just like the one to the right of it. Well, now this is pretty good because, especially with this last piece of information right here, that 75 degrees right there, I can say something about the angle next to it. It's 180 minus 75 right there, which means that's going to equal to 105 degrees. 105 degrees goes right here. Okay, so I filled out that bottom line of the triangle. Now I know two angles for each of the three triangles that are within this system. So now I'm going to attack the angles that are on top, so up in this area right here. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to focus on one triangle at a time. So for example, I'm going to focus on just this triangle right here on the left that I'm highlighting. And if I look at that one and I think the sum of those angles has to be 180 degrees, what that means is 105 degrees plus 59 degrees plus x, let's call x right there at the top, that has to be equal to 180 degrees. Which means if I subtract, well, let's combine some terms over first. This is going to be, brain work, this is going to be, I think, 164 degrees plus x equals 180 degrees. So now I subtract from each side and I get x equals 16 degrees. That's that little angle up at the top. So let's clear that, make some space for myself. This is going to be 16 degrees right in there. And if I do the exact same trick for this triangle on the right side, because it has angles that were similar, 105 degrees and 59 degrees, I'm going to get the same result. I'm going to get 16 degrees up in the top corner of that one too. Now, the one in the middle is a little different. Okay, I'm looking at this triangle right here now because it has two angles at the base of 75 degrees and 75 degrees. So if I make an equation for those, it says this, 75 plus x, and this time I'll call x the one in the middle, that equals 180 degrees. Combined like terms on the left, we have 150 degrees plus x equals 180 degrees. Now subtract from both sides to balance the equation, and you get x equals 30 degrees. Just don't get confused. These are different x's that I'm talking about. But the point is we have to solve all the angles in this triangle before you can come around and answer the question. Now, what is this thing even asking? I didn't even look at that yet. So let's take a look at that now. BAE. Where is that angle? Okay, so that is this angle right here. Okay, focusing on this point at the top. What's that angle? Well, it's 16 plus 30 plus 16. Okay, 16 plus 30 plus 16. So that's going to be, let's see, that's 62 degrees. And then CAD, where is that? CAD is located, CAD, oh, that's the one in the middle. That's this little thing. Okay, and we already figured that out. That's 30 degrees.